And away they go, and that's a cracking start from Founds, but also the Crows well away. Let's go to Chris Kinley.
One rule here, eyes forward, 1 from 2, 77, 1 from 2 from 7, and 77 as they went past us. Repeating that, 1, 2, 7, and 77.
Thank you very much indeed, Chris. So it was a good start there by Holden and Sale, but it's Founds and Walmsley that have got the whole shot from that pole position. 77 then in third, Reeves and Rizzo. And I think the Crows seemed to get a good start, but Holden and Sale were very, very quickly away. But, well, it was the top of the class, Founds and Walmsley, that made that really look quite effortless in getting away and avoiding any trouble. So they'll be heading probably down the Ballachagan now towards Iron Gate. Then it's that little technical weavy section in towards Ballabeg Hairpin. And just on Duck Street there, they're 2 miles in. They go past Ballawhetstone, the riding stables there, Williams Corner down into Balown Dip. It's the entrance, of course, to Balown Mansion as well, and then they'll emerge out of Balown Dip, past Maggie's Cottage, and into the view of Rob Pritchard at Cross Four Ways.
I'm just going to savour that noise for the moment as the first machine makes it over the horizon. They've pulled out a fair gap here. Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley through Maggie's Cottage first, leading from number 2, John Holden and Dan Sale as well, number 7. The Crow brothers right on their tail as well, not letting go. 7-7 Tim Reeves, Kevin Rousseau, Lambert and Haynes, number 3, number 14 as well, Wayne Lockey and Matty Rostron. Then number 37, Alan Thomas and Kenny Cole, 12, 8 and 55 in that order, 45. Right on their tail, number 32 as well, Dave Quirk and Carl Schofield. And number 25, there's our David Marshall and Mark Gash. Number 27, the final through, and that's Nigel Smith and Ian Tennant. So Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley really do mean business. They've pulled out a fair bit of a gap going into Cross Four Ways. Great start, as you said, for John Holden and Dan Sale at number 2, but right on their coattails are the Crow boys, Ryan and Callum, in that number 7 Triumph on the way through as well. So they've got plenty of work to do, and they've all got plenty of work to do to try and catch Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, and it is Founds and Walmsley that emerge several machine lengths ahead. But there's 2, there's 7, listen to that, Triumph. 77, Reeves across the line. That's Lambert across the line, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle. And also 14. 14, of course, being... what is 14? There we are. Wayne Lockey and Matthew Rostrom, of course it is. So it's Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley that lead. 2.93 seconds their advantage ahead of John Holden and Dan Sale. They're just 0.7 ahead of in third, number 7, Ryan and Callan Crow. Fourth is number 77, Tim Reeves and Kevin Rizzo. Fifth is number 69, Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes. In sixth is number 3, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle. In seventh place is number 14, and that is Wayne Lockey and Matthew Rostron. In eighth place is number 37, that's Alan Thomas and Kenny Cole. In ninth, it's number 12, Michael Jackson and Jake Roberts. 10th, number 8, Darren Hope and Lenny Humphrey. 11th, number 55, Michael Russell and Liam Gordon it is as his passenger. And that is as far as we can go. Is it going to be Pete Founds and Jevon with an extended advantage? Let's go to Rob.
Absolutely on cue there they are, Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley. They have absolutely stormed away from the next 2 machines that have come into view, and coming through up into second it's Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau, number 77 and number 7. Ryan and Callum Crow from number 69. Lambert and Haynes as well. There's Harrison and Winkle right on their tail, number 14. Wayne Lockey and Matty Rostron as well. So Founds and Walmsley scything through this Balown course tonight. Number 37, that's Alan Thomas and Kenny Cole. 12, right on the coattails is number 8. And number 55 as well. Great stuff there. Darren Hope and Lenny Humphrey right on the tail. And there's number 32 as well through. That's Dave Quirk and Carl Schofield and the Ison Suzuki. 45, Derek Lynch and Anthony McDonnell. So Founds and Walmsley are stretching that advantage. Then it was Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau just ahead of the Crows. Back to you, Tim.
Well, here they are, and haven't seen anyone else go across the bridge yet. So Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley, and it's 100 miles an hour, 100.151 miles per hour. Just seeing what the lap record is for this particular race. It is 100.608. So Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau are up into second place. 69, Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes have gone into third place. And in fourth is number 7, Ryan and Callum Crowe. And we're hearing that they have just retired, number 7, Ryan and Callum Crowe, just retired. We've got John Holden and Dan Sale not through at Cross Four Ways, to my listening out there. But in fifth place is number 3, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle. Sixth place is number 14, that's Wayne Lockie and Matthew Rostrom. In seventh place, it's 37, Alan Thomas and Kenny Cole. And we are just getting news that John Holden and Dan Sale have retired at Ballabeg. So Holden and Sale are out, as are Ryan and Callum Crowe, who've retired just down the bypass and pulled in down there at Club HQ. But Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley, 11.6 seconds ahead of Reeves and Rousseau, who are in second. They, in turn, are the best part of 5 seconds ahead of Lambert in third. Let's go to Rob.
Yeah, here they are. They're showing no signs of slowing down their business. Number 1, Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley flying through Corner Cottage there. Oh, just listen to that noise of that FHO racing machine there. Just the one emerging in the distance. Through Maggie's Cottage here, number 77, Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau. But that gap really is opening up between the top 3 here. And here's the last of that top 3 at the moment, that distinctive livery of number 69. That's Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes there through as well. 2 sidecars close together here. Number 3, Harrison and Winkle, Lockie and Rostrom maybe just had a little look on the inside there, but chose against it as the 2 still together, roaring their way up to Church Bends here. 4 more machines. Here's number 37, Alan Thomas and Kenny Cole. 12, 8 and 55. So a great little trio battling it out at the back of that little group there as well. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, I think Founds and Walmsley are stamping their class on this sidecar category here. There they are, smoothly across the line. And they're getting quicker too, 100.200 exactly for Founds and Walmsley as we await our second place man. Just emerging out of the gathering gloom here is 77. That's Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau. And they are 16.6 seconds down. 69, Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes are in third place, 2 together. And Wayne Lockie, number 14, Wayne Lockie and Matthew Rostron have nudged their noses in front of number 3, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle, I should say. 4 machines. And one of the machines not sounding too clever as it passed Chris further down the road, and it was Tim Reeves' by outfit number 77, Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau. The man from France and passenger to the former world champion Tim Reeves. But, well, it's a class of their own at the moment for Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley. The reigning sidecar champions are 16.665 seconds ahead. And they are lapping at over 100 miles an hour. That elusive target that now seems to be being done every time we get sidecars out. Let's head to see the leaders at Cross Four Ways with Rob.
Thanks, there they are through Maggie's Cottage again. Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley. This really is a bit of a schooling out there in some ways, isn't it, in terms of pace and precision through Cross Four Ways and around the Blount circuit tonight. They really are absolutely in a class of their own at the moment, as they'll be heading through Church Bends on their way to Great Meadow as well. Another machine emerging, and yet that is number 77, Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau, as they just make their way down through the cogs here and round Corner Cottage and into the dip as well, and now roaring their way towards us, number 69. So there they are, Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes. They're going well as well, the Catrick and Hull duo. Next up, now a bit of a gap for Wayne Lockyer and Matthew Rostron, number 14. They've opened up a second or so by my reckoning to number 3, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle. So whatever happened toward the end of that lap and they nudged their noses in front, they've now got some fresh tarmac ahead of them there, ahead of that number 3 outfit. Back to you, Tim.
Yep, here come the leaders over School Hill Rise. 4 laps completed, and again they've gone quicker, 100.254 miles per hour. So they are not just managing this lead, they're impressing as well. And we still wait for our second machine to cross the bridge, just has now, and we'll see it emerge at the top of the crest and into our view. And it is number 77, but that does sound like it's misfiring a little bit there as it went past us. Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau, I think there could be potentially maybe a gearing issue there, as it just sounded like the gearing was slipping as it went past. 69, Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes are in 3rd position. 14 is Wayne Lockyer and Matthew Rostrom. They're in 4th position. And number 3, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle are in 5th, but they're 42.5 seconds behind our leaders, who've opened up a 25-second. Just hear those bikes go through. 25-second advantage Founds and Walmsley have over Reeves and Rousseau. So it is leading by the proverbial country mile. And in turn, Reeves and Rousseau ahead of outfit number 69. By around 8 seconds, so it's really being like a piece of elastic stretched out here, this lead. Founds and Walmsley in masterclass. Let's go out to Rob.
Yeah, here through Maggie's Cottage once again. Pete Founds, Jevon Walmsley, straight round Corner Cottage there. Not hanging about, but we already knew that, didn't we? They're almost in a different postcode to the rest of the runners out there just at the moment, as we await to see the next machine. A fair bit of a gap, as you quite rightly mentioned there, Tim, opening up as we look towards past Gellings Farm and that sort of region. Can hear another machine up in the distance here, waiting to see who emerges down through the dip. Here they come, one machine all alone past Maggie's Cottage around the hedgerow. It is number 77, Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau on their way through Corner Cottage as well. And now also through as well, very prominent at this time of the day, number 69, Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes as well on that LCR Honda are through. Here's number 14, Wayne Lockyer and Matthew Rostron. They've managed to stretch that gap just a little bit more from number 3, Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, we look up the road to see our number 1 plated leaders go through. And they've gone quicker again. 100.284. Talk about stringing those 100-mile-an-hour laps in a chair. The 3-wheeler machine here is impressive stuff from Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley, our reigning Southern 100 Sidecar champions. And they look like an odds-on bet to retain their title, provided man and machine stay together in the big championship race that, of course, is the on tomorrow. Let's have a listen to Reeves here. It's sounding rough. It's not sounding right, but he's still in 2nd place. The gap is 33.5. And that's Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes in 3rd. And that's number 14, and that is Wayne Lockyer and Matthew Rostrom. Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle through. 52 seconds between 1st and 5th. But it was fastest laps from outfits 14 and 3. 95.408 for outfit number 14, which is Wayne Lockyer and Matthew Rostrom. Conrad Harrison and Andy Winkle, 94.322. 37, 55 and 8 safely through, but Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley on their last lap. Let's go out to Rob.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. We just had one of the number 25, David Marshall and Mark Gash through, and Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley here. They are number 1. They're already into those back markers here through Corner Cottage. They've already got themselves past number 27, Nigel Smith and Ian Tennant, who are through here as well. So they're already feeding into those back markers on the grid as well. This is quite some statement from that Honda FHO racing machine and the Northwich and Grimsby duo, isn't it? And then that fair gap all the way looking up the hill as well. Can hear another machine in the distance howling away there, but no sign of a machine just emerging into my eye line, as it were. But right on cue here they are down into the dip as well, and round Maggie's Cottage. It's number 77, Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau. There they go, breaking nicely down into Corner Cottage there, and listen to that noise out through on the exit there as number 69, Greg Lambert, and Andy Haynes running well as well, looking for that third position, as it were. Here's number 14 as well, Wayne Lockie and Matty Rostrom. Back to you, Tim.
Yep, and we didn't want to miss him, and he is here. Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley take the win, and well, we'll head down to Chris because we'll get all the reaction. There's such a big gap, but we'll let you know if Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau managed to nurse that not sounding healthy bike number 77 into second. But Chris, down to you.
Yeah, 100.284, their quickest lap of the race, and the FHO outfit comes into here, and they've got the camera on as well, so that will be good to see. Winning in the end, I think that was one of the back markers coming through. Smithy as well. Nigel Smith has finished, and also 25. I think David Marshall just ahead of him as well. I think Tim Reeves has just gone across the line as well. Yeah, Tim is coming in now as well. 38 seconds in the end. Yeah, Reevesy is across the line. Greg Lambert. Well, Greggy will be very, very pleased with this. And that gives Tim getting the number 77 machine up onto there. I'm sure we'll get the story on exactly how and why the outfit just wasn't 100%. And is this Greggy coming in? It is, yep. So Greg Lambert's getting a third place, but we'll let Pete take the gloves off. It's Greg Lambert getting a third. That's very pleased. He will be so pleased with that. There'll be some party with that lot tomorrow night, I would say. Oh my goodness me. Well, there's a happy man, but a happy man too is Pete Founds. Pete, congratulations on that. Made that look easy, but it wasn't. Fastest lap 100.284. You still had to keep it on the pipe, didn't you?
Yeah, got to keep it pushing. Yeah, it's just I knew these boys behind me are fast. It only takes one mistake, doesn't it? To be honest, straight on at one of the hairpins or something, and they're all over me. You know, Tim's no mug. He's quality. So,
do you know what the gap was at the end?
I haven't got a clue.
38 seconds, so you were well away with it. Tim had machine problems. John Holden went out. The Crow Boys went out as well.
It was good of me pit crew to tell me, wasn't it? But no. To be fair, we just went for it. It was good, yeah. But it was a good shakedown, ready for the championship race anyway.
That's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're all gearing for.
All right, thanks, Pete.
Cheers, Chris.
Where's Jeff over here? Let's grab a word if we can and find out how that was with Jeff. How's that?
That was really good. It's been bumpy though.
Bumpy the last time you were here?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Oh, I think so. I can't remember.
Whereabouts? Don't say everywhere.
Oh no, what to be fair, it's just from like Joey's Gate to the Bommel bit. It's just really bumpy.
Okay, they've done a wee bit of work around there, but
it feels bumpy still. Jesus.
100.284 fastest lap as well.
Not too bad, is it?
So that sets you up for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hopefully we'll do the same tomorrow.
Well done, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Let's go on to Tim if we can. And Tim, she didn't sound well.
No,
we're on air, by the way.
Yeah, you know, we had a bit of a gap to make with Pete from yesterday, and we changed an engine because we thought we'd improve, and unfortunately it's got a problem. We didn't get to try it, and for some reason if I held it on full throttle it just cut out, and then if I shut the throttle it picked up again. I just was lucky to get it home, really. I nearly stopped a few laps from him. I didn't want to, but I could see we had a bit of a gap, and we got it home, so seconds better than nothing.
You can't miss Greg coming behind you. He was closing.
No, I didn't see him, and well done to Pete and Jeff.
Yeah.
Great result.
You could hear it over the start line here. I think about lap 3 or 4 when he came through. It was on full chat and just went bleh.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a throttle potentiometer problem or something. I'm not sure. It's just if I held it throttle, it did it in every gear, and so at the hairpins it was diabolical. I couldn't get it out of the hairpins, but never mind, no excuses. We'll try and fix it and have another go tomorrow.
And Kev, enjoy that?
Yeah, it's a fantastic race. Unfortunately, we had some problem with the bike, but it was good result. We prefer to be on the top, but we will work tonight and then try to do our best for tomorrow.
What do you think of the Southern 100 circuit?
Yeah, it's a fantastic track. It's fast and yeah, I love it.
Well done, Kev.
Thank you
Well done,
very
Tim. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, thank you. Let's get over to Greg Lambert if we can. Grab a word with Greggy. Do you want a minute? Or you're all right, young Greg?
I'm all right. That was for me dad, that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could see. Yeah, and your fastest lap of the race, 95.381.
Yeah, it's getting better. It's the first time me and Andy's rode together, and it's just like we've been riding a long time, and confidence is there, and it's just fantastic. It's like breath of fresh air, and I'm just so pleased everything went all right for everybody. And I had no idea I was third at all. I thought maybe fourth or fifth, but I was just plugging away. Andy, I could feel him working. He might have known something I didn't know.
Wayne Lockie was coming.
Yeah, well, I backed off because there was a yellow flag into stadium, so I settled it down. I thought, just get it finished. But I'm absolutely elated and over the moon with myself. So, and for Andy, I'm chuffed to bits, honestly. And thanks to the club, fantastic meeting again. Great crowds here. It's what the Southern 100 needs, and it's what it's always been about. And long may it continue.
Well done, Greg. And Andy, how was that?
Oh, amazing. I mean, I've been round here, been on the podium in the pre-TT, but to come and do it on an F2, first time I rode the bike on first practice, and then first time with Greg, and we just clicked, which is great. And Greg was just sobbing his heart out when we came in. We're saying, I wish my dad was here, and then I saw my son here, and I gave him a big hug, saying that he wishes his dad was here, but you're my son and you're here. So, it's just amazing, over the moon.
Jeff Walmsley was just saying it seems bumpier than last time, Greg.
Just like TT, those roots keep growing.
They do.
And it's. But I'd like to thank Peter Fownes for helping me set the bike up with suspension. That was a great help. He did make it better, and that's absolute rival. But he's absolutely. He rode with my father years ago here, and he rode with me as well at Scarborough. And it's just like they're a proper family at the proper family races, and they're the right people to win it.
Absolutely. Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you well done, buddy. Cheers. So we are getting ready to go now with our final presentation of the day. It's the Ace Hire and Sales Sidecar race. And Frank Miles from Ace Hire and Sales is going to do the presentations. Give the guys from Ace Hire and Sales a big round of applause, please, folks. Again, supporting the Southern 100 Club. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get them up on the podium. Very, very well deserved. Third place, number 69, Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes. Well done to Greg and Andy. In second place, number 77, Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau. Sure, they'll be working hard through the night to fix that problem. And your sidecar champions are the champions this evening. Fastest lap of the race, 100.284 for number 1, Peter Fownes and Jevon Walmsley. So many congratulations to our first three, to Greg Lambert and Andy Haynes, to Tim Reeves and Kevin Rousseau, and Peter Fownes and Jevon Walmsley.